as of today, I am go ahead and taking up the title of a wealth coach, speaker, entrepreneur, and I am a certified executive coach. And I say all that to say that I've gone through quite a bit, and finance has kind of always been in the forefront. I've always had people asking me for financial advice. I'm always reading financial books. Money's always intrigued me. Over 20 years ago, when I was in college, and I started working at a bank. And when I was working at the bank, I noticed that there were people that would come in and deposit thousands of dollars worth of checks, and they would deposit the money into like checks that, into bank accounts that already had $20,000, $30,000 in it. So I'm thinking to myself, I had never seen that much money in my life ever. I lived with a single parent. My mom, she robbed Peter to pay Paul to get bills done. So I'm like, how do you do this? So I didn't understand, like, how are they able to deposit thousands of dollars of money into an account that already had tens of thousands in it? So I became very curious and started watching and observing. One thing that I did observe is that a lot of those people did not look like me, and they didn't live in my community. And when I did, and I had the benefit more or less of being a relief pool teller. So I was floating around the city. And so I would go work at banks that were people in my community that looked like me, and they rarely deposited money. And if they did, it was a very small amount. And so I started to see that disparity back then, and didn't really think to do anything about it at that time. But what I did know I wanted to do was learn more about money. And I changed my minor to finance at that time. And then eventually finance became my major. I started selling insurance, sold all types of insurance, then started selling investments. Then it kind of got burnt out of that. And then I've been in banking. So I've been all around the financial arena. And but again, still seeing the disparities, and constantly being bombarded with the disparities with my family and friends. And so again, always talking about it, always reading about it, but just never thought that I would be good enough in a sense, to be able to help people on a professional level. And as I started to get my mind right and get my self-confidence and my self-image up, here we are today. And so I'm not the expert, the guru. I wouldn't put me there, but I think I know quite a bit more than a lot of us do, and I have a lot to share, and that's why I'm here. So,
let me say this: I would put you in guru status. I know you probably can't put yourself there, but